just some help issues, tech help here. First of all, when you go to do your school from home, you go to your launch point. So you'd log in, and then your launch point screen comes up. It's going to look a little bit different. Your icons will from mine, depending on how you have it set up. Your classes are giving information on Canvas. So you would click on Canvas, and that would open up your Canvas page, okay? And when you open up your Canvas page, it brings up something very similar to what I have here. This is the student view, which is just what you would see. Now, of course, it's going to have your name on there somewhere. Okay, I can send you individualized messages, and to find those, you would simply click on the inbox, and it would have messages from any of your teachers that sent the messages to help you, to remind you. You can also send your teachers messages through that. Now, for your work, I also have a link of just how to navigate through the Canvas site on the Canvas page itself. But for the school from home, when you open up your Canvas page, one of the first things you see is Corona Days, School from Home, Digital Days. Try to cover all the options. Then underneath that, there is a link that tells you my hours, where you can reach me, the email, every little detail about that, any other details that the school might have put there as well. And then, as these digital days started, I did them by date. Okay, if in the beginning we did alternating classes, your odd classes, then even, odd, then even, and we've recently changed those to your odd classes will meet on Monday and Wednesday, and your even classes meet on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and you no longer have new assignments on Friday. Your Fridays can be spent catching up any work that you missed in the past, and you can go back and access on my site any of the assignments from any of these days. So let's say you're in fourth period. So I would click, and I even tried to specify 4 class periods on 3/17. That would have been the first official school from home day for fourth period. When you click on that, it takes you to another page, and it tells you specifically what to do. I gave you the standard, the learning target for that day. You can add your warm-up to your notebook that you should have been keeping. If you kept those in a Google Doc, some people did, you can continue to add those in the Google Doc. Then, of course, on that first school from home day, we did vocabulary. So I gave a vocabulary list, and you had the role of defining it and either putting a picture with it or a sentence, something to show your understanding. Now, with that, people, like we've done all school year, put it into a Google Doc, and they simply shared that with me in a Google Doc. I will have another video of how to share things with me in a Google Doc as well. Right now I'm concentrating just on Canvas. But then you would share that with me, and then I would get it. It connects it to my email, and I'll put it in the grade book. Then, of course, we had a short little closing, which was just a short little video clip about air pollution. Now, what I would advise all my students to do is use the back key at the top and just go back. When you do that, it brings you back to where you originally were. So you said, okay, I did 317's work. Now, the next class period, or next time the fourth period would have met, would have been on 319. So I would click on 319. Read through it. Here again, you have the standard, the learning target, an additional warm-up where you would write the question and the correct answer, Yes, you're free to look up the answers on the internet and add it either to the Google Doc, or you could, of course, keep it in your notebook. Now, the Nearpod activity that was assigned for that day, you have to go through this step. Basically, you click on that link, and when you click on that link, it takes you directly to the Nearpod. It may ask you to join the class, and you would simply join the class. I do believe everybody was added to the Nearpod, so it shouldn't have been a major issue. For some students that did ask for a code, and I did send a code back to them, but I do believe we've eliminated the need for that particular code. They do need to make sure that they're logged in to LaunchPoint and their normal Google Drive before they do the clicking on it, or it may take them somewhere else. Then, of course, I added a redemption activity as well, where they could actually replace low grades by doing work on USA Test Prep. I will give you another short video of how to maneuver and navigate through USA Test Prep as well after this video, so that you should understand how to go through that. So that would be that particular day's lesson. You didn't have to share anything with me on this particular day because Nearpod has it set up so it would record it and send it directly to me. So on some days you would share things with me through Google Docs. Other days it depends on how it's set up within the computer. Now, if you did notice that I've done grades and it didn't show a grade for you, but you know you did it, simply email me. Go back to the inbox, say, hey, Miss Hinton, I didn't get that, or I did that, it didn't record it, and we'll work through it, because we know that technology can be our friend or be our worst enemy, depending on what day it is. Okay, so let's say you did that day, you're all caught up with that on that particular day. So you'd go to the next day that fourth period met, which would be 323. You'd click on it. Here again, you've got your standards, your learning target, the warm-up, and then it tells you you have a vocabulary quiz. Now, I use the vocabulary quizzes method we've used in class multiple times. Now, if you are having to make up work, this code will no longer work because these codes do expire. However, in one of the other lessons, I do have a new code for the vocabulary quiz so that you can make up that vocabulary quiz. Quizzes, luckily, after I emailed them about codes expiring, they have now changed their format because of School from Home, that have extended these codes where they no longer expire. But there is a newer code further out in the lesson on the Canvas page. Please make sure in quizzes you use your real name. Sign in with Google and it puts your real name in there. If you don't use your real name, I don't know who you are. And then, of course, you already saw the redemption activity that I posted on a couple of days, just so that people hopefully did see that. Again, you can hit home or the back button. That was 323. Then, of course, you'd keep going. 325 would be the next day of fourth period. Now, this one was an Edpuzzle. Now, with Edpuzzle, it does force you to join my class. So you had to click on the link here first to join the class with your correct name. You would sign in with Google. Then it should directly send you to the Edpuzzle activity, but if it did not, you can come back after you did that step and click on that link and it should take you directly to the Edpuzzle. This again is an assignment where Edpuzzle records your grades and your information, so there's no need to share anything with me. However, if you find that it does not appear in the grade book, here again, send me an inbox message. That way I know that there's some technical difficulty out there somewhere. So we can click on home, go back like we did, scroll back down to where we are, and continue through that if you're making up work. Now let's say everything's made up and caught up, and we're looking for today. Today is the 15th, so technically my 5th period and then my 7th period classes met today. And my 4th period met yesterday and tomorrow. So if you look at yesterday's work, here again, you're going to find your standard, your learning target, a warm-up question, and then it is another Edpuzzle link. If you'd already joined my class, you should simply be able to click on that assignment. If you hadn't joined the class and it asks you for a code, I have given that code so you can now join my class since it's a later date. If for any reason Edpuzzle didn't work, I gave you the video that is shown in Edpuzzle separately, which I did approve through YouTube. You could watch that. Now, if you cannot go through Edpuzzle and you have to go through YouTube, in that case, your assignment is to write a summary in a Google Doc and share it with me. Okay, that's how you would do that. And it simply says, if Edpuzzle is not working for whatever reason, you may do the following and share a paragraph summary with me in a Google Doc, just like you would normally share your vocabulary. That's how that would work. So that was yesterday's assignment. Now, tomorrow's assignment for 4th period, if I click on that, this one, you notice it's a little different. It has a submit assignment at the top. That means there will be something within Canvas you have to submit. You simply, here again, standard learning target warm-up question. You will watch this short video about light pollution. And then after you've watched the video, you will come back and answer the question, do you think you're affected because of light pollution? And you will answer that simply in a text box, which should give you where you can click on, when you click on, let me show you, submit assignment if it lets me. It'll pull up the text entry. You would click and answer how you would answer that question. And then once you're done, you click submit assignment and it will come directly to me. So that is how Canvas is pretty much set up and working. As we go through multiple days, we will continue to do just like I have showed you here, so that you can see step by step, day by day, as we go. So I've got everything set up through this Friday, and I will add to that as we progress through the School from Homes. I do list the We Care Fridays. They simply basically tell you, catch up, do your missing assignments, etc. Hope this helps. Thanks.